meet the starting lineups for the 5A semifinals. Introducing the Corner Canyon Chargers. A 6'4" junior, number 2, John Mitchell. He is a 6'2" junior, number 5, Luke Warnock. A 6'8" junior, number 13, Hayden Welling. 6'2" and a senior, number 23, Blake Emery. And a 6'4" junior, number 32, Gabe Toombs. The Chargers are coached by Dan Lunt, Ken Smikely, Taylor Anderson, Scott Sexton, and Perrin Andrew. The principal of Corner Canyon is Daryl Jensen. And now welcome the designated home team, the Timpanogos Timberwolves. A 6'4" junior, number 2, Matt Norman. 6'4" and a senior, number 11, Jacob Maddox. He is a 6'6" senior, number 15, Tyler Walker. A 6'3" senior, number 20, Logan Wilkie. And a 6'3" senior, number 34, Derek Quinto.
Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center, the site of the 2018 5A semifinals. Our matchup, the Timpanogos Timberwolves and the Corner Canyon Chargers. Welcome everybody, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. The first ever semifinal appearance for Timpanogos.
Yeah, and you know, this was a team, Dusty, last year we talked about in the broadcast yesterday, had great success last year, got upset in the quarterfinals today, or this year. Boy, there was no upset to be had. They took care of East, fell down early, came back. Matt Norman was on fire. Expecting him to have a big game today if Timpanogos wants to make their first ever appearance in a state championship. And
for Corner Canyon, it's a team that made to the semifinals a year ago. They blitzed Olympus right out of the gate, but Olympus came back in the second half, a big upset. Throughout this year, Dane, Coach Dan Lund, who's one of the better coaches in the state of Utah, a lot of success, a longtime head coach at Payson. They went through a lull in the middle of the year. He didn't want to call it that. We talked to him pregame, but they've gone through a lot to get here, and it's really impressive.
It is, and it looks like a very different team, Dusty. I mean, when you look at this roster, you look at what they've done this year. I mean, for a region, they kind of underperformed. We've talked about that a little bit. It looks totally different. John Mitchell, I think he brings a lot of energy for this lineup, defensively especially, and the point guard's done a fantastic job. I look for him to try to speed up Timpanogos, and with great length on the perimeter. When you look at guys like Toombs, you look at Warnock, Hurtgen, Welling, can that length disrupt some of the shooting and some of the rhythm of Timpanogos? That's going to be a question that I think we're going to find the answer to very early on in this contest.
Well, and this is going to be interesting to watch, you know, just how, I know we were down on the floor and you're saying, hey, speed up Timpanogos. I think they could play fast.
Yeah.
And you're right, a lot of teams in the region didn't push him that way, but absolutely, this is going to be a fun one. It's hard to think of where this will go because there's so many avenues you could go down in this one. But we will start Hayden Welling up against Maddox for the opening tip. And we are underway in the 5A semifinals, and we will start with the Corner Canyon Chargers, just like they did. Up top, Blake Emery. Johnny Mitchell. Bumped along the baseline, no call on Quinto. Toombs sends it across to Mitchell. Back out, Emery. Blake sent to the corner. Mitchell again along the baseline. Now Welling, jump hook and got it. Hayden Welling with the opening points.
You know, this tournament just halfway over for these teams, Dusty. But Hayden Welling, look, if Corner Canyon wins, he's the tournament MVP. He has taken his game to another level all tournament long, and he starts off strong for Corner Canyon.
Quinto can't get that shot to fall. Quickly on the run, here's Gabe Toombs.
Toombs, a guy that was one of the leaders in scoring this year. Physical presence, good rebounder. He's been a weapon all year for the Chargers.
Loose ball. Mitchell give it up to Emery. Emery out to Toombs. Quinto was right there in his space, and it's Blake Emery coming away with the rebound. Mitchell, nice take right at Maddox. You can't get that one to drop. And they're going to call Maddox having not established himself inbounds when he got the loose ball.
You know, Dusty, one of the things that we got used to at the beginning part of this year was there were a lot of soft fouls. And I'll tell you this right now, Timpanogos right now could very easily have 3 fouls on him. I mean, there's been a lot of contact on this end. Officials have been slow to kind of blow the whistle. As we have a look at the replay, I thought he maybe got a foot back in before he possessed that ball.
Yeah, the official on baseline must have thought his right foot had yet been established.
Yeah. It was
that was
closer
close
than I thought. I mean, I thought the official made the right call seeing the replay.
Mitchell, another offensive rebound to Corner Canyon. Timpanogos still scrambling forward. It's a jump ball. Possession error belongs to Timpanogos.
Well, let's give some credit here to Warnock. Dusty, one of the things we saw yesterday was guys diving on top. He doesn't. He straddles them, reaching down. No foul there. We have a look at the replay, and this is a great job. There isn't a lot of contact there. He's got hand on the basketball, tying it up. It's a beautiful job by Warnock, able to force that dual possession.
One thing we've forgotten, I hadn't thought about, these are region foes from years past. Rob Geertsen pointed out to us.
Yeah.
Someone always gives us a lot of information. Rob Geertsen pointed out, hey, 3-3 the last couple of seasons. As Matt Norman falls to the deck, and it'll be Norman going the line, shooting 2 free throws, and that foul will go to Blake Emery.
Did he say 3-3 or 3-4-3? I can't remember.
Well, it had to be 3-3. They played twice.
Have to be. Right, yeah.
So the rubber match in the 7-game series.
There you go, right? The winner to the championship game. Man, it's got a great build-up to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Quinto just got that in time to Maddox. Derek Quinto working up top, handoff. This is Logan Wilkie. Wilkie in the lane, hang, can't hit. Toombs with the rebound.
Boy, not a good start for Timpanogos. They've yet to make a field goal, obviously, with no points. But, Dusty, they started off so hot yesterday, and today that offense not looking the same as it was.
Hayden Welling with another bucket. It's Welling 4, and Timpanogos had to get on the board.
You know, one of the interesting things that I was intrigued about was the length of Corner Canyon. Can it disrupt some of the long ball from Timpanogos? I don't think they've taken a 3 yet. Have they? Everything's been inside.
Yeah, everything's been inside.
And so you wonder if that length is actually causing that issue as another struggled shot here from the T-Wolves.
Another miss from Wilkie. Quickly down the floor. Here's Toombs. And Toombs lost the handle, trying to reverse out. And back down the floor we go. And also, it's mentioned there in the beginning that your 3 best players on the floor have yet to take a shot. Quinto, Norman, and Walker.
Right. You know, one of the other things, I mean, you look at that quarterfinal game against East, they fell down early. I mean, East came out humming, shooting threes, hitting them. Zwick was fantastic. Timpanogos able to find their legs and come back. I mean, it's been a tough start for the T-Wolves, but this will not be indicative of how this game's going to end up.
Nice job there by Jacob Maddox. Gets the first bucket for Timpanogos, and now the T-Wolves looking to trap and speed up the Chargers.
They did this yesterday against East, did good things for Timpanogos.
I don't know how it's a kick is Toombs long on it, Welling with the rebound and a foul.
You know, soccer doesn't start till Monday, Dusty.
Hey, if you're going to be getting ready for soccer, you're playing basketball, you just finished, get to Tosh, the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, for a free injury assessment. Make sure your ankles and knees are all ready to go. 801-314-4040.
They don't call him the best play-by-play in the business for nothing, folks.
Nice take and finish by Blake Emery. And it's, again, a 4-point lead here early on. 4:15 on a rolling clock. Norman lost the handle. Nice defense from Blake Emery. Back down the floor we go with Corner Canyon.
Norman was the guy, 8 of 15 from beyond the arc in the quarterfinals. Had, 34 points, I think it was. And the junior, consistency, going to be that thing that he can work on over the course offseason into his senior year. But, boy, they would love if he could find that same shot he had yesterday because it was undefendable.
I just remember yesterday, or on Wednesday.
Thank you.
That it was a late start. It was
yeah.
Got it going. You know, everybody else is going. All of a sudden, Matt Norman decides, all right, my turn. As I got to see Jeremy Dowdell, and we were down the floor coming in, and he gave a pretty big smile. He must have liked the top 5 plays. As the shot off the mark from Toombs, Walker pulled down the board, and it's Warnock coming in to slap it loose, and it's Welling laying it up and in, and Hayden Welling with 6 first quarter points. Timeout on the floor. Welling fired up. You're watching the 5A semifinals on DeseretNews.com.
Taken by Timpanogos. Five for the Fight is the campaign to eradicate cancer, $5 at a time. Funds raised will be used to fuel local innovative cancer research. Every dollar donated during today's games will be matched. Catch your UHSAA High School Basketball Championship action on KJAZ Television. All of this made possible by America First Credit Union and University of Utah Health. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's, freaky fresh, freaky fast.
Welcome back into the Huntsman Center, and it's a strong start, and it's interesting to say that because we're over halfway through the first quarter. We're not into the second quarter; it's the first quarter, folks.
Yeah, I did a double take. I was like, wait, what? What happened?
I almost thought, wow, did I miss the quarter break? Having so much fun as Walker gets his first points. And that's why I think Coach Engel a little bit more, well, he's never calm, but probably could be a little bit more calm is that your three-headed monster has yet to really assert themselves into this one. As Walker knocks that loose, here comes Equinto. Back to Walker. Walker had that one stripped. Emery sends ahead to Johnny Mitchell, who lays it in.
Boy, Timpanogos had what they wanted. Numbers with their three best players, turns it over, and it's John Mitchell on the other end, who I really think, Dusty, has been one of the real key guys in kind of turning around the momentum and the emotion on this Corner Canyon team in the playoffs.
Short on the three from Walker. Back down the floor we go. 2-on-2. Toombs splits the defenders, and Walker with the rip. Equinto to the corner. Christensen. It won't fall, and a rebound to Toombs.
He had a couple of big threes yesterday in the first half to help get Timpanogos going. You know, it's one of those things where, Dusty, it just takes one, right? You get a little bit of confidence, you get the crowd excited, and next thing you know, you got to be real careful of a storm coming.
Blake Emery short on the three, and Walker pulls down the rebound.
Not many bodies down for Corner Canyon on the rebound, and partially probably due to wanting to get back. I mean, Timpanogos will run you off the floor if you're not prepared for it.
Nice take by Christensen. Colin Christensen, undersized, going against Gabe Toombs, and able to finish that one. That would have been a foul yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, we said it earlier. They're letting them play a little bit here today.
Toombs sends out Christensen. Toombs without the basketball, moves, can't hit the free throw line jumper, gets his own board, and now jump ball. Nice job, Logan Wilkie. And Toombs frustrated with himself. I think more so on the miss.
Right. Let's give Wilkie some more credit. That ball is up high. He's got hands on the basketball, and then as Toombs is coming away with it, he recognizes that if he holds on to it, it's going to be a foul. Reaching across, let's go. The official recognized the dual possession and gave him the jump ball.
It was either going to be a jump ball or, pardon me, a defensive foul or a travel.
Yeah.
As Toombs had pirouetted around on a couple feet there. Welling, man, finishing strong there, and Hayden Welling will go to the line. 2 free throws. And let's make sure we mention this. Welling is the mismatch on the floor in this ballgame.
Especially the way he's been playing this entire tournament, Dusty. I mean, the way that he has played, I don't know if there's a kid in 5A that matches up with Hayden Welling.
And he misses the first. And I'll say this, we learned, no one matches up with him at the dinner table when the family sits down to eat. He's the oldest of 5 boys. His dad's living my dream.
Yeah.
Because the free throw is good from Welling. Quinto. Yeah, we got a foul on the inbound. I'll go against Christensen.
Yeah. Christensen saying that he got held, but that arm got brought into the stomach of Matt Norman, I think it was. I thought it was a foul too. I thought he was trying to hold him. Official there to see it, make the call.
Quinto with Mitchell. Mitchell backs off. I agree with that. No reason to pick up a foul 96 feet away from the hoop.
Right.
Quinto comes off the screen from Maddox. It's a three from Norman. Wave off the bucket. That's a foul on Maddox. Yeah, Maddox moved, and all of that, his arms got away from his body on that screen. And he doesn't agree with it. We'll get a chance to see the replay. The worst thing is that Norman drilled that shot.
Yeah.
You saw that right arm?
Yeah, and he leans into him, Dusty. I mean, almost, I don't want to say launch because that makes you feel like you're leaving your feet, but he is progressing towards the defender, trying to prepare for that. I think a good call, but I'll tell you this, you don't get the points, but Norman hit the shot. And for me, mentally, that's going to do just as much. I know on the scoreboard it's not 11-9 right there. They would love that. But he just made that shot in his mind. I mean, I think that's a good sign for Timpanogos.
Welling fouled at the rim, and it'll be Welling going back to the free throw line. That's a second personal foul on Maddox.
Quinto.
Oh, pardon me, Quinto.
So Quinto and Maddox both with 2 for Timpanogos, and we're late in the first quarter.
Walker will check back in as the first free throw is good from Hayden Welling.
How about 8 points for Welling in the first quarter? He has been phenomenal, Dusty, and I think he's been 16, 19 in the first couple of ball games. On pace to shatter both of those.
Got the first. And the second. 13-6. Nice start here for Corner Canyon. And a foul on Mitchell, and that's what we just praised him for on the time before, is not picking up that foul so far away from the hoop. You know what I think helped Mitchell? Maybe a little bit, took some of the weight and pressure off of this season. He cut his hair.
That would certainly take some of the pressure off. I mean, the weight obviously lifted, literally.
He took off that Elijah Bryant, mop, and all of a sudden things turned around a little bit.
You know, some people can do it. You think of Elijah Bryant, you think of Remy Martin at ASU, but
Yoli Childs had that thing going on in the high school level. Remember?
Yeah.
There's a foul again on Christensen. That's number 2 on Josh Christensen.
Starting to add up here for Corner Canyon.
Now, that's not to say it didn't look good on him. And now a foul on Maddox again.
There's not a 32 on the floor.
Oh, they're calling it on Toombs. Okay. I was okay, Maddox is the one that hits the floor on the movement. I was a little bit perplexed
Everyone on Timpanogos started walking down the floor, so I thought that it was an offensive foul. And I was surprised they were even more surprised. And
blocked behind Toombs, but they're going to give him the foul. It'll be 2 quick fouls here on Gabe Toombs. And, a basketball game, unlike most people think, it is a marathon. It is a lot of things and a lot of variables. And one are the 5 fouls you get.
Yep.
And right now, Toombs and picking up his second personal foul. That's a big one.
It is a big one. Christensen also with the 2.
Thank you. Try to remember the other one.
Yeah, it's wow, Dusty, in that one, maybe a bit of a tough call. They show the replay, and I didn't see much contact with the upper body. Looked like he got a lot of basketball. I'm not sure if he got him across the fingers. It looked fairly clean to me, but officials called it, and Toombs going to have to head out.
Knocks down the free throws. A minute to go, and nobody back with Warnock. Walker waits. Warnock with the Euro step, and that should have been basket interference.
Someone grabbed the net.
Yeah, Welling used the left hand to try to grab that ball over. Norman, Christensen right down the baseline, sends out to Walker. Walker, nice move, takes a contact, no call. Rebound to Maddox, goes up, count the bucket, and the foul will go on Hayden Welling.
Going to be the first personal on Hayden Welling, and great move by Maddox down in the post. Dusty, the missed shot, Maddox able to get the rebound, just squirts underneath, and Tell you what, if you're Timpanogos right now, you have not played the game that you want to play, and yet you're within one possession. I mean, they are finding ways to scrap and put points on the board. Nice comeback here by the T-Wolves in the early going, despite not having their best three-point shooting night.
I mean, the guy be one of the lowest times we've had in a while here. Yeah, for a while, 38.6 seconds left.
Boy, had Ammon Jensen streaking down the floor, but didn't see him or didn't feel confident throwing the ball 60 feet.
Ammon Jensen, he's hopefully been able to sleep. He just received his LDS mission call, going to go to the Kiev, Ukraine mission. Got a brother-in-law that served in Kiev.
I've watched movies set in Kiev. It's about my association.
Yeah, out of bounds as Jensen misfires that pass to Emery. Sorry, the Kiev, Moldova mission in the Ukraine.
And one of the things we kind of alluded to a little bit ago, Dusty, the fouls adding up. Corner Canyon with 7 team fouls. And Timpanogos is a pretty good free throw shooting team. That'll certainly be to their advantage in the second quarters. Our scoreboard wrong just in the first here at the U.
Still throwing me off. I got really nervous. 15 seconds to go in the quarter, not the half, folks. We're still in the first quarter. Up top to Norman. Christensen out there, 2-on-2. Norman with 4 seconds. Right to the rim, can't get it. Christensen with the rebound. That'll count if it goes. Oh. That was a close one. End of the first. It is Corner Canyon 13, Timpanogos 11. You're watching the 2018 5A semifinals on DeseretNews.com.
America First Credit Union, where members comes first, welcomes you to the UHSAA High School Semifinals on KJAZ Television. Today's game is featuring Corner Canyon and Timpanogos. This live television broadcast is on KJAZ, made possible by America First Credit Union and University of Utah Health. Zero Fatalities is empowering and uniting Utahns to eliminate distraction behind the wheel. Join the resistance. Your game, your way. RC Willie is where you will find the best prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. RC Willie, your home, your way. We love our fans, we love our players, we love those with cancer, which is why today we will dedicate time during halftime to those we love with cancer with a 5 for the Fight donation rush. Visit MaxPreps.com for stats, schedules, show the scores, rosters, and more. MaxPreps.
Serve your country and community while earning money for college. Up to $20,000 in bonuses available. Visit NationalGuard.com for more details. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you. Beginning of the second quarter is our scoreboard feed from the Huntsman Center. Now correct. Dana, a very interesting first quarter. It was a slow start for Timpanogos, but they got going there at the end.
Yeah, did a great job, Dusty, and found a way to start to grit out points. And, you know, I wondered if they'd be able to get the same open looks from three that they've had in the tournament and for a large majority of the season. They've taken a couple, but largely they've been undone. I mean, we've seen fouls and whatnot that have hurt them on the scoreboard. But, hey, they've found ways to get to the rim and get to the free throw line, and that's how they've kind of clawed back.
Quickly up the floor, Welling give it up to Ammon Jensen. Ammon cross-court Mitchell. And now it's Welling. Oh, nice find. Jensen moves without the basketball, leaves the three, and gets a rare two-point bucket.
Boy, Jensen got off to such a great start this year shooting the three ball and hasn't hit as many in the later portion of the season. Nice to see him cutting without the basketball, getting to the rim, and able to score and help out his squad.
So that ball went off of Corner Canyon. Will stay here. Now, it was funny, we were coming up to the steps, and some Corner Canyon fans started yelling, hey, you picked us to lose in the first round. And I made the comment, you don't want me picking you, because I picked the girls and they lost first round. Well, Jaden Vaifanua, I don't think she was kidding when she said, yeah, no kidding.
She was pretty serious.
Yeah, she said thank you, and I tried to joke with her. She wasn't joking around. 3 from Riley Curtis in the corner, and it's a 1-point game.
And that's the thing, Dusty. I mean, with Timpanogos, it's like, all right, just buy the time till you find the rhythm, you find the stroke. That's how it was yesterday. That's a big made 3. I think the first one of the ball game for Timpanogos. Will that feed the rest of these hot shooters?
Welling kicks out to Emery. Back to Welling. Now it goes off of Walker.
Well, I didn't see that. The back was to us, and so I couldn't see through the body. I'll tell you this, Wilkie did a fantastic job defensively. First on Welling, forced him to give up the basketball, and then on the drive, which eventually led to the travel on the turnover.
I didn't get a replay on that one. But either way, I thought it was off of Welling. So
no, I agree. I agree.
They called it travel. So Equinto up top, Curtis, pardon me, and now Walker can't hit the 3. And how about Mitchell skying now lost the. Okay, so the foul's gonna be on Wilkie. After Wilkie has the loose ball, and I still don't know how it's a foul on Wilkie. Is just Christensen landing on him?
I mean, like, he's trying to stand up.
There's some intricacies we got to learn. We have some, we got some contacts.
Yeah.
And he knows who he is. And if he's watching, we need someone to reach out to us.
He told me he was. He told me he was going to.
I need some clarification on why that's a foul on Wilkie. I mean, wrong place at the wrong time, doing nothing wrong. I'm just trying to understand that. 3 wrongs might make a right, actually. 3 on the way, back rimmed, and it's Norman claiming the rebound. Timpanogos looking for their first lead. Walker, he had Warnock on skates there and missed an opportunity. Norman off the screen and sent back by Welling. This junior has been a good year for him and a good tournament. Warnock takes the contact and it rolls home. And that bucket started by the defense of Hayden Welling. And it's Wilkie getting the block. And it'll be on Blake Emery, his second, I believe, and it'll be Wilkie shooting 2 free throws.
I think a good call here by the officials. I thought Emery was a little late getting to the spot after Welling came out to defend the 3. But you mentioned it, Dusty. Welling looks like a different player than a month ago. I mean, that's probably the last time I saw him, about a month and a half ago, and he was good, but man, what he has done on both ends of the floor for Corner Kane in this tournament.
And what that will do for him in the summer as well, because that's just as big. So it could be a good summer for Hayden Welling. As the free throw's good. Hunter Greer now comes on the floor, and Hunter Greer was on our all-state football team, defensive end, opposite side of a number 7 that plays football there at Timpanogos.
Well, and you know, you could have Greer against Creer if Olympus takes care of business this afternoon. A couple football players going head-to-head.
3 on the way, off the mark, and a rebound grab by Wilkie. On the run now, Walker. And Warnock did a nice job of cutting him off, but going to get called for the foul. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws for Walker, who is a very good free throw shooter.
Yeah, this foul happening at the top of the paint, and the moment the Walker tries to make that move, both arms going up and stuck right with it. Warnock did up on the upper body of Walker. Good call by the official as free throw missed.
He steps back for 3, can't get it. Still alive, Wilkie there. No call on the contact from Welling. On the run now, Trace Ross. Ross to Welling, and Welling rattles it home.
Great opportunities. Great opportunities, Dusty, for Timpanogos at the line. 3-pointer, couple follows in the paint. They can't get it to fall.
6 points in that possession.
Right.
As Norman still yet to get on the board. Wilkie on the drive, can't get it. Welling with the rebound. Here comes Jensen. Jensen has Warnock, but goes to the corner. Trace Ross can't get it. Trace comes down with his own board, out to Welling. Big fella in the corner to Warnock. Floated over Greer, can't get that one to fall. And now Greer and Warnock go to the floor. It'll be Corner Canyon basketball.
You know, I like the decision here by Warnock. Could have taken the three. He missed one, just a possession go. Decides, no, we're going to attack the rim. Even though he doesn't make the bucket, it was a good decision by Warnock on the outside.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 3:50 remaining in the half. It's a 3-point lead for Corner Canyon.
All he does is stand up. I know. And I want to, the guy's my question is, okay, so if he lands on the guy, right, his leg's on him, because they both go for the rebound, he out-jumps him, and he's just down, that movement becomes a foul?
Well, I think, again, it's one of those where the outcome of the play is what generates the foul, right? Because he tries to throw the ball in.
Catcher UHSAA high school basketball.
It's like, I can't reward
All of this made possible by America First Credit Union and University of Utah Health. Also, you can watch a replay of today's event for free online at live.tinsl.com, featuring the voice talents of Dane Stewart and Dusty Lister.
Welcome back in. 3:50 left in the half. The sultry sounds of Dan Barney resonating in the air here at the Huntsman Center. Always enjoy the shout outs from Dan, one of the longtime friends we've had. 10 years ago, we started doing games with Dan
That's
Barney.
right, yeah.
That term was one of the more memorable ones for me. Into the corner, Warnock pumped the three. Wow, that was a James Harden-esque finish there as I can recall, except for he stayed on his feet and didn't fall to the floor.
Take it easy on the former Sun Devil, huh? That's an impressive job by Warnock. Just able to get through the traffic that was in the paint.
And that'll be a travel. As Matt Norman is going to say, guys, no more offensive
Quit
fouls.
fouling.
The 6 points that came off the board for Norman. He's 2 for 2 from 3, but it's not in the box score.
Right. It's good to see that he's ready to shoot it. Right, they just got to quit fouling when number 2 has the basketball beyond the arc.
Up the floor, Mitchell.
How about this? He's scoreless, Dusty. There's 3 minutes left in the first half. He's scoreless. I mean, if that was yesterday, East would be up by 20.
Yeah.
Not yesterday.
2 days ago.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So I ran into some Corner Canyon fans. I got here really early as Mitchell pulls on the three, can't get it. And the doors were locked, and I was like, really, the door's locked? They said, well, I was here yesterday, and it was locked, and I kind of chuckled myself. Even the kids got it. Like, he's a Corner Canyon kid.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, I was here for the Corner Canyon game yesterday. I was like, all right, it's not an age thing. It's just trying to get used to it. As Norman goes into Warnock. Here's the trap from Jensen, sends up to Walker. And up top now, Quinto, as Coach Engel asked him in the reset. Wilkie working on Welling, got beyond him, and Welling again contesting that shot. Might have got a piece of that one.
One of those where the length gets in the mind of the Timpanogos shooter. Second guesses himself as he's going up, puts too much on it.
Warnock able to get to the rim and finish.
Wow, and there's a hand on that basketball too. That's why you lift weights as a basketball player. This is a great job by Welling, able to fight through Quinto, who's almost nearly generate the steal.
Minute 50 remaining in the half, and it's a nice run from Corner Canyon. Inside to Walker. Spins base. Welling got from behind. Able to get him again. Mitchell sent ahead. Jensen saves it back in play, but it's out of bounds. How about Hayden Welling? We've talked a lot about him, but Dane, it's the defensive side here as well.
Yeah, I mean, he has been a force. And when we talk about the length of Corner Canyon, is Welling going to check out here and get a well-deserved rest? He's been a rim protector today. Oh, I'm sorry, he's actually going to be on the floor here.
And there you go, the two big guys, Welling and Hurtgen, going to man the paint. 1:35 out of rolling clock here in the half, and nice job by the Corner Canyon defense locking down these Timpanogos Timberwolves. Norman open for three, can't get it. Wilkie tips it up. Welling knocked it out of bounds, and we will stay here with Timpanogos with 1:18 left in the half.
Boy, in Corner Canyon fortunate, Warnock loses his feet. I mean, wide open Norman is, and a great job of recovery getting out there on a late contest, but boy, you don't leave Matt Norman open and leave to see, you know, the ball come out of the rim very often.
Riley Curtis. Back to Norman. Mitchell's done a nice job on him. Norman got to be careful, closely guarded on him. Got to give it up, just does to Curtis. And now Walker.
Can't shake free. John Mitchell, a wide receiver on Corner Canyon right now, playing like a DB. I mean, he's just not allowing any room for Matt Norman to get open. I said Warnock on that last play. It was John Mitchell.
Hand back to Walker, working on Welling. Walker trying to get past him, and now off the defensive foul, on Welling. And it'll be free throws, 2 free throws down the double bonus.
Second personal, I think, for Welling. And that's the interesting thing here, Dustin. When you look, there's 38 seconds left in the first half, but you got Toombs, Emery, Welling, Christensen, all with 2 apiece for Corner Canyon. It's just the first half. I mean, you're going to feel okay, but got to start playing defense without the hand on the shooter. It's been a consistent call, especially in the second quarter, and where a lot of them have picked them up.
As Walker knocks down the first of 2.
But how about this? I mean, we're 38 seconds left in the first half, and Timpanogos has 17 points, Dusty. It's got to be one of the lower scoring halves for the T-Wolves this year.
Pretty sure, actually. So free throw rattles out for Walker. He's 1 of 3 from the stripe.
Needing help.
I don't know how about that ball got the Trace Ross, but it does. Got numbers. Nice job of hustling by Curtis, but it's Jensen pulling away the loose ball. Mitchell. Give it up, baseline jumper. Warnock can't get it. Norman claims the rebound. 15 seconds to go, and it'll be Timpanogos with the final shot. Norman into the corner. Christensen for 3. And that's how the first half will end. Halftime score, Corner Canyon 23 and Timpanogos 20. You're watching the 2018 5A semifinals on Deseret News and live.ksl.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the floor for your halftime entertainment, the Shirelles of Corner Canyon High School performing a camp routine.
That's us, so I don't know who is supposed to be first. Okay, we're gonna stop this because this is not. Yep.
Let's go. And now it's time for the America First Credit Union halftime shootout. America First, Utah's #1 credit union, is proud to support high school athletics and academic achievement. Visit AmericaFirst.com to learn more. Here's how the America First Credit Union shootout works. We have picked 2 students from each school. One will be shooting and the other will be rebounding, and they will have 60 seconds to make as many free throws as possible. And the team with the most at the end of 60 seconds will win a $25 Megaplex gift card and a battery charger, gifts provided by America First Credit Union. Representing Timpanogos, we have Kai and Hugo, and representing Corner Canyon, we have Easton and Mikey. Ready, set, go! 20 seconds remaining. From Corner Canyon, Easton and Mikey. They win a $25 Megaplex gift card and a battery charger, gifts provided by America First Credit Union. Congratulations and thanks again to America First Credit Union, Utah's #1 credit union. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for contests, events, and giveaways. High school basketball fans, we are now dedicating the rest of halftime to send around cheerleaders from each team with the Five for the Fights donation buckets. Get your $5 bills or cash or change of any amount ready for the Five for the Fight campaign. Please give generously. With our donation rush, we begin 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give. Five for the Fight. Why do you participate in high school activities? The NFHS My Reason Why campaign shows how participation not only develops individual skills and character for the future, but drives a stronger sense of self and community that students will feel immediately and for the rest of their lives. Share your story at nfhs.org/myreasonwhy and on social media using #MyReasonWhy. The Deseret News sponsors the team trophies for all UHSAA championships. The Deseret News award presentation will be held after the championship game tomorrow. Check out the Deseret News for the best place to read about prep sports online at desnews.com. Deseret News. Now you know. Attention all basketball players 14 years and older. Do you wish you could dunk or were more athletic? Come to the dunk camp this June at the Carl Malone Training Center in Lehigh, where you can learn from some of the best dunkers and trainers in the world. Learn more at www.thedunkcamp.com and follow us on Instagram at The Dunk Camp. Today's game balls are being provided by Wilson. Wilson is the official ball of the Utah High School Activities Association Championships. Your Les Schwab Tire Centers are proud to be in business for over 50 years, featuring supermarket selection, sudden service, written warranties, and convenient credit. At Les Schwab, their business is earning your trust. No matter what your favorite activity, reach for a replenishing ice-cold glass of chocolate milk. Its great flavor is packed with 9 essential nutrients to keep you going strong all day long. Plus, chocolate milk tastes great. Welcome the returning Corner Canyon Chargers. Welcome the returning Timpanogos Timberwolves. We've still got a couple of minutes in our fight for the fight. We appreciate your donations. These donations will be matched today. The winner of today's game will advance to the championship game, which will be played tomorrow here in the Huntsman Center at 11 a.m.
Welcome back to the third quarter. 23-20 the lead. Corner Canyon leading Timpanogos at the beginning of the second half. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. Dane, was a very good close to the half, but Timpanogos has not been able to get over the hump. Matt Norman with the ball here. 0 points in the first half after scoring 34 points in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, 0 for 3 from the floor. Just took the 1 3-pointer. Hit a couple, but they both came off the scoreboard due to fouls, offensive fouls by his teammates. But, Dustin, we mentioned the game he had in the quarters, and it has not been that kind of a game for him here tonight.
Turnover. Here comes Mitchell. Warnock can't save it in. That was off of Corner Canyon. We'll go back down the floor with Timpanogos.
You look at that game, Dusty. He had 17 at the half, 34 overall. When you look at Matt Norman in that quarterfinal, started to feel it early on, and really the defense of Mitchell and Corner Canyon has done a nice job on him.
Norman sends out to Walker, deep three, lips out. Gabe Toombs grabs the rebound.
Boy, a high screen by Maddox, and that's not the first time they've done that same thing. They did similar things for Norman in the first half. That's where the fouls came that took the threes off, but boy, it's been all the shooters. I mean, Christensen hit that three to close out the half. They needed it. I mean, it has been tough to shoot from beyond the arc today.
Toombs could not get that one to go, and yeah, jump ball as Maddox had his hand on that ball. And the possession arrow stays here.
And when we talk about Timpanogos this year and what we talked about coming into this ball game was going to be the offense and the shooters, give this defense a lot of credit too. I mean, Corner and Canyon's been flying up and down the floor. They've been able to execute their offense in this state tournament really well. And today, Timpanogos has done a lot of nice things against them defensively to make them slow up a little bit. And had it not been for Hayden Welling's fantastic first half, Timpanogos is leading this game right now.
Foul, count the bucket. Hayden Welling continues his stellar afternoon. That's the 13th point for Welling, and he's got 5 boards to go along with it.
Great sign for Corner Canyon. This is a tough finish here. Almost just throws it at the rim after the contact from the Quinto. And that's the third personal on Derek, who is another one of these scores for Timpanogos, Dusty, that has yet to break into the scorebooks today.
Welling knocks down the free throw. He's got 14 points. They credit him only with 1 block in the first half. I thought he had more. As Norman give that up to Quinto. And every time Timpanogos gets within 3, 2, or 1, it gets right back up to 6 or 7, and they have yet to get over the hump.
There's always been a Corner Canyon response. And if you're Coach Lunt, you love to see that out of this group.
Norman hard of the hole in his first points of the afternoon. 26-22.
Nice take by Norman. That allows Timpanogos to set up this pressure. And Corner Canyon's done a great job with it, as they do here, 3-on-2.
Here's Welling along the baseline to Gabe Toombs. Power dribble and the finish. Gabe Toombs sat with the 2 fouls in the second quarter. Come out looking fresh here in the third.
Yeah, Toombs didn't play a ton of minutes in that first half, Dusty. Picked up 2 fouls, and you just tell, just wanted to get him ready. And you mentioned that power dribble. Great job as that defense came up. Toombs able to take advantage.
Matt Norman, he's starting out the second half like he started the first half in the quarterfinals. And that was going to the rim as Toombs able to get right to the rim and lays it in.
Matchup issue really for a lot of 5A. Certainly in region play with Gabe Toombs, you see his size but ability to run the floor as well.
That shot wide of the mark there from Walker. Hook up the floor. Mitchell, hand back to Emery. Now on the angle with Warnock, and it was a kick ball, and we'll stay here.
One of the interesting things, Timpanogos, Matt Norman, the last couple times he's scored is work the ball inside. You wonder if that'll help free up some of those 3-point shots. Walker had a look, but missed it. Not working yet, establishing that interior game for Timpanogos.
Inbound into Toombs. Nice job of finishing through the contact. No call there on Maddox. He'll get on the run. Here's Norman. Give it up to Christensen. Pulls for 3. And Colin Christensen with his second 3 of the ball game. And it's back to a 3-point game. And we got a whistle after the made shot. And it's Maddox mixing it up with Welling.
We're starting to see this game become chippy a little bit. And Toombs, after he missed the shot, thought there was contact, gave a look, coming over. He misses the block on Christensen, who gave a look back. And Welling, there's intensity start being picked up. They realize what's at stake here. A chance to the state tournament or state championship. There's a lot riding here tonight, and hard to keep those emotions in check, especially with the game that has been played here, the physicality.
And this looks a lot like the first round game. It was Maddox getting into it a little bit for Timpanogos in that route in the first round. But as you mentioned, just a lot more on the line in this one. Up top with Welling.
And for two teams that have been so close, Dusty, but haven't been able to taste it yet, right? So now to be here, I don't want to say there's pressure, but that finally to get that opportunity and you're a half away, it's understandable.
Well, and for Corner Canyon, it's getting it right. When last year there was that feeling at halftime like, holy Hannah, it's going to be Corner Canyon in the state championship and not Olympus.
Yep.
As I got to say this, new Olympus fans that show up, they're already filling up their section here, and I think a couple of sections, the students, as Toombs knocks down the free throw.
It's been the best student section of this tournament, and not that that matters, although in 5A maybe it does because no one's beat Olympus, and so teams haven't been able to beat them, and no student section, although tell you what, right now we got a Bountiful crowd showing up on the other end.
Can be a fun one. 32.
Former region rivalry.
And let's just hope this is indicative of the day as Toombs gets a steal on the inbound into Mitchell, and he gets it over the top of Norman, and just as Timpanogos closes it down, look at that, Dane, right back up to 7.
Once again.
And it's Colin Christensen. Lips out. Hayden Welling pulls down the rebound, and Corner Canyon looking for their largest lead. Blocked from behind by Quinto. No, got him with a foul. And that is number 4 on Derek Quinto.
Oh.
And that's a big one.
Big foul.
Number 34, Derek Quinto, his 4th. The 3rd Timberwolves team foul. At the line, number 5, Luke Warnock.
They feel like you have to give that one up. Or he's let Warnock have the easy 2 as he knocks down the first.
And right now, Quinto's going to have to come out. This is a big loss, Dusty. This is a guy that does everything. He's made our top 5 for throwing the ball back in play, for some of his assists, his shooting. He's really a great player all around. It has been a tough game for him. And now you're going to have to lose him for, maybe a full 8 minutes.
Before they give up the ball, made sure to talk to Welling and to Maddox before this free throw.
Can't we just all get along?
We'll find out. As Wilkie was trapped in a timeout granted to Coach Engel as the Corner Canyon Chargers come firing off the bench. 4:05 left in the third quarter. It's a 9-point Charger lead.
Catch your UHSAA High School Basketball Championship action on KJAZ. All of this made possible by America First Credit Union and University of Utah Health. Zero Fatalities is empowering and uniting Utahns to eliminate distraction behind the wheel. Join the resistance. Your game, your way. RC Willey is where you will find the best prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. RC Willey, your home, your way. Download the UHSAA mobile app for scores and brackets. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's. Freaky fresh, freaky fast.
Need money for education after high school? Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more information about the Montgomery GI Bill, state and federal tuition assistance, and student loan repayment opportunities. That's at NationalGuard.com. 4:05 remaining in the third quarter and a 9-point lead for Corner Canyon as Timpanogos has climbed into this thing time after time, getting to 3, getting to 1. but have not been able to reclaim or to claim a lead. And a game gets pushed up to 7. This is now the largest at 9 points.
Had a associate statistician, one of our interns, fill in, let us know, Dusty. Timpanogos in the first half this year only scored 18 against PG in the first half, 16 against Richland. So I think their 20 was the third lowest output of the season. But the fact that it has continued to be a bit of a struggle for the Timberwolves to find points in this third quarter. I mean, the length of Corner Kane just making itself evident.
Walker couldn't get a good look on that lob, working on Warnock, and you feel like that'd be a mismatch that Walker could take advantage of. And here comes Christensen. Now give it up to Wilkie. Walker's got, there he is, going right in against Warnock. Spin to the base and lays it in. If you're going to guard, put 5 on 15. Walker's got to go right to the block and do that every time.
Yeah, great job that time by Walker, taking advantage down in the paint as we've got double foul. Wasn't it? Didn't he point to both? We'll find out here.
The Utah National Guard has a variety of opportunities to learn new skills, languages, and trades. Visit nationalguard.com for more information. As both coaches trying to figure out what's going on, we still have yet to hear what the call is.
Fouls charged number 20, Logan Wilkie, and number 5, Luke Warnock.
So it was a double foul, Dane. As we'll enter right into Welling going against Maddox. Welling. Double clutching. Wow. It looked like he got caught in the air on that one. And Welling, it's just that kind of day for him. 16 points for Hayden Welling.
That kind of a tournament. Dusty Highland, he had 16 points, 10 of those in the second half. He has just been phenomenal.
Christensen, nice take. And Welling came over, and Christensen somehow got that to go.
He's having himself a ball game. 12 points, and Dusty, he has been the three-point shooter for Timpanogos in this one. Been spectacular.
And Hayden Welling somehow ends up the lone man on the other end of the floor. Could have called 3 seconds for as long as he was by himself underneath the hoop.
Wilkie picking up the third personal on the play here, who's, I thought, really done a pretty good job given the scenario that he's been put in tonight, but rushing back late to close out on Wilkie, as you mentioned, all alone, and opportunity for easy points for the Chargers.
Free throw good from Welling. As Gabe Toombs will come off the floor with 2:27 left in the quarter.
Toombs, 6 points in the quarter. Has done a nice job. We mentioned the limited minutes in the first half, but took advantage of his time here in the third.
Welling knocks down both free throws. 9-point advantage again for the Chargers. Again, waiting for Matt Norman to get going offensively, but Johnny Mitchell's done a nice job on him. As Wilkie bringing it up on Emery. Now here's Norman. Genny Quinto playing, well, he's not playing. He's on the bench with 4 fouls. Wilkie hits the deck on the shot, doesn't get it to fall.
Boy, face first, too. Had to be contact there, right?
Well, blocked by Maddox. And I think we'll get the replay on that instead of the missed shot. Maddox emphatic on this block. Inbound with Jensen. Here's Warnock now to Welling. Free throw line extended over to back to Jensen. Oh, nice feed on the pick and roll. And Welling now with 18 points.
Had 9 points in the first, 9 points in the third. Hayden Welling continues to just eat here at the John M. Huntsman Center. Slip of the tongue there.
I thought you were going to go with the Rice Bowl.
I was going to go Rice Eccles Stadium. I was like,
I
nope.
know. Eating rice. I mean, it just goes together. Foul on the floor.
My dinner last night, my lunch today, quite frankly.
Appreciate you staying out of my personal life. Oh, as Christensen mishandles the inbound.
Personal affairs. Movie line.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've always misquoted it. So
Yeah.
on the floor comes Toombs coming in for Warnock.
Mentioned the good minutes by Toombs, 6.7 rebounds for Toombs. I think he's got to be one of their leading rebounders. I'm not sure how many Welling has. I don't think he's been quite the force on the glass today that he has been earlier in the tournament. His scoring, there hasn't been need for it. He's hit most of the shots he's taken.
11-point advantage for Corner Canyon. As here's going to play a little bit of keep away, and something we've not seen a lot in this tournament at Dane, which I am so glad about. None of the holding the ball out for a minute and a half as Toombs extends the lead, 44-31. This is the Charger team, Dane, we expected to see. It's a Charger team we saw at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And they're peaking at the right time.
They are. And, you know, we asked Coach Lund about that yesterday. He said, well, we had some injuries, some sickness in our locker room, and finally, you know, got healthy near the end of region. And you're right, Dusty. This is a different-looking bunch. It's the bunch that everybody expected to see from Corner Canyon this year.
Well, I saw him in the fall, speaking of Coach Lunt, and he was I think you were with me. It was at the Timpview football game, and he was grinning ear to ear, talking about going to go play in this tournament, the Chick-fil-A Classic.
Yep. He
was ready for it. He said, this is the team. This is our year. And but right now, up 13 points. It's a steep uphill climb. As Timpanogos turns it over, Christensen gets the bump, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Boy, Mitchell calling the foul. I thought he had pretty good positioning underneath. And that's one of the other things, Dusty. I mean, you look at this Corner Canyon team, they do have some football players and kids off a team that made a deep run in the state tournament this year, got all the way to the semifinals. And, I mean, I have no intel on whether this is true or not, but it takes a little bit of time to transition from football into basketball. You look at a guy like Mitchell. Certainly that's the case with him, got big minutes late in the year for the football team. But as I look at the rest of the roster, do they have any others?
Blake Emery. Blake
Yeah,
Emery had that pick six in the semis.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
50 seconds left in the quarter, 12-point lead. Emery give it up to Mitchell. I imagine if Toombs plays on the football team too. I just don't remember saying his name. If he doesn't, Coach Kerr's got to do some recruiting in his own student section. Timeout on the floor. Coach Lunt, 37 seconds left in the third. It's all Corner Canyon here at the Huntsman Center.
Today's game balls are being provided by Wilson. Wilson is the official ball of the Utah High School Activities Association Championship Tournaments. At Les Schwab Tires, they know buying tires today means more than just price. It includes service, selection, quality, and value. This is why dollar for dollar, tire for tire, Les Schwab is the tire store you can trust.
Out of the timeout, and that ball went out of bounds. Christensen, they would have rather been able to pick up the loose ball in that one, as the defense from Corner Canyon's been really good and had a better shot of getting a bucket there with the defense moving.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Timpanogos closed out this first half. I mean, the three-point shot, or third quarter, just 2 for 7 at half from long range was Timpanogos.
Got to find some way to get Norman loose as Wilkie sends out Walker for 3. No. Rebound to Emery with 15 seconds. Jensen sends over to Emery, 10 seconds.
Got to get across the timeline.
Does to Herkin, who lays it in. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Here comes Christensen, 2 seconds. 1 second, double clutch. How about the Corner Canyon Chargers? They go to the fourth quarter with a 14-point lead. Watching the 2018 5A Boys State Championship or semifinal basketball game on DeseretNews.com.
Catch your Utah High School Activities Association Basketball Championship action on KJAZ Television. All of this made possible by America First Credit Union and University of Utah Health. And remember, you can watch a replay of today's game live online at any time at KSLLive.com. Join Dane and Dusty as they describe all the action as you share many memories of today's game. Fourth quarter possession arrow to Timpanogos.
Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. 8 minutes remaining in the Timpanogos season if they do not come back down 14 points. And for Corner Canyon, it'll be their first ever trip to the state championship basketball game as Wilkie misses on the layup. And now it'll be a reach. No, they're going to call it jump ball. And that will go down the floor with Corner Canyon.
The game plan has been relatively simple for Corner Canyon. Matt Norman will not beat us. It's not a box and one, but they are locking up Norman. I mean, it's been man defense for Corner Canyon all game long, but they are not allowing him any space. And with just 4 points, a below-average shooting night for him, they're going to make someone else beat him. And Timpanogos hasn't been able to get the consistency from their depth that they have been over the course of this season here today in the semifinal.
Outside, Hayden Welling, who's been spectacular, leading scorer in this ball game. 20 points for Hayden Welling as Emery cannot hit the junction jumper. Quickly on the run with DeQuinto, playing with 4 fouls. DeQuinto working on Christensen, sends into the corner as Maddox, now up top to Wilkie.
Surprised to see Quinto in the ball game here playing with those 4. I thought they'd maybe wait a little bit, but it's getting to that point, down 14, where you don't have a lot of time to give.
Yeah, you want to wait. The game could be at 20 points before he gets to come off the bench,
right.
And then you're really in trouble.
Yeah.
Walker earns a foul, and he'll go to the line. Surprisingly, Timpanogos just doesn't let their legs stay, and everything's been short today,
right?
Especially with Walker, who's been so good in the state tournament.
It's one of the things for me when you look at teams in the state playoffs, you always wonder, can teams that are so reliant on shooting the basketball keep their legs fresh over the course of these tournaments? You know, sometimes you play 4 games in 5 days, even 4 and 6. It is hard to keep those legs fresh and ready for shooters. And you're right, Dusty. I think that's been one of the issues as plagued Timpanogos here tonight.
Colin Christensen comes on the floor for Walker. Try to get him a breather and see if Timpanogos can pull this one in. Biggest thing they got to do is guard it down the floor. They left a lot of guys wide open on this press.
Yep.
Emery over to Christensen.
Got another one.
Johnny Mitchell, pardon me. Here's Welling, and it's shoved in the back from Logan Wilkie. That is number 4 on Wilkie. That's the 16th foul on Timpanogos. Oh, wow, it goes on Matt Norman.
Whoa.
Well, they both got him.
I was thinking that was on Wilkie. I thought he was the guy there. That's a saving call for Timpanogos for the time being.
And Welling adding to his total, 21 points now for Hayden. Mama Welling going to be very pleased. And we got the approval to say Mama Welling.
Whatever she's been feeding him this week, man, you got one more day to get those meals. And, man, he has had a fantastic tournament. Dusty, there's no other way to put it.
He's been spectacular.
Well, there's one way.
Wilkie pumps the 3, drives hard, and is fouled. Crawl in the bucket in the NBA, that's a and one, but not in high school. But if you don't ask, they can't say yes.
That's right. Mitchell on the reach. Without the 16 foul both ways, so free throws coming on both sides the remainder of the contest.
Quinto blocked by Welling. Coach Ingles left scratching his head and trying to find a way to crack the code of this Corner Canyon D. All nice pass, Emery to Toombs, and that is now
that should be on Wilkie.
Is on Wilkie, and that's now his fourth. It'll be Gabe Toombs going to the line.
Doing a great job of splitting the defense high, right? And then what you do, you force the defense up. Gabe Toombs filling in underneath. Fantastic job by the junior as his trip to the line misses the front end.
Missed the first, got one more. Goes 1 of 2. 49-34. Here comes Quinto right down the lane. Give it up. Walker is fouled from Warnock, and what has not happened for Timpanogos are any +1s.
Yeah. No, when Corner Canyon is fouled them, by and large, they've made them earn them at the free throw line, not giving them anything really soft. And everything's been contested. I mean, really, this Corner Canyon defense, Dusty, has been all over, been very active, very aggressive, and it's been a frustrating thing for Timpanogos.
Walker got the first. Walker knocks them both down.
How about the serenade?
They come all over the place, you know. And from all walks of life, they come. And there's a pick from Quinto. Norman for 3, short. That's I'm finally open, I'm finally open, I'm finally open. And
right. Well, and even at that, it's a little bit of a delay on the closeout, I think, by Welling. With the game he's had, you almost wonder, do you second guess yourself mid-shot with big number 13 coming at you?
And Timpanogos with an opportunity here. Parker Miller comes on the floor for the first time this afternoon. Inbound in to Walker, back to Quinto. Derek on the take, sends out Wilkie. And Miller fouls him. It's a +1 and a 4-point opportunity, and you feel maybe, just maybe, they could spark something.
Could that be the play that sparks it, Dusty? Tell you, there was a lot of emotion coming from that bench. The closeout defensively was late. Wilkie with a huge bucket, and he makes this free throw. Look out.
He might take a shot to the gut there. He's holding the... Hear that, he was so excited he can't catch his breath. Wilkie knocks down the free throw, and finally the Timpanogos student section has something to get excited about.
I was going to say the loudest we've heard Timpanogos cheer for quite a while now. I mean, it's been a frustrating day for him, and Wilkie still on the bench holding his stomach. You hope that he's going to be okay as he'll have a look by the trainer.
Here's Emery, got it across the timeline to Toombs. Toombs going at Maddox. And now Emery down the lane, give it up Welling. No one there to match Hayden Welling. 24 points for the big fella. Norman, transition 3, hits the deck, no call. Still tapped around, it's Welling grabbing the rebound.
You know, after the game, we're going to talk about a player of the game. It's pretty much one candidate.
Yeah. And again, right on the other end, an easy 2-on-1.
Corner Canyon's done a great job dealing with the pressure of Timpanogos. East handled it for about a quarter and a half, and then they couldn't make shots out of it in the second half. Tonight, Corner Canyon has been ready for it. They've broken it easily and had great looks on the offensive end as a result.
I'm so impressed with what Corner Canyon has done, particularly today.
Yeah.
Got to inbound to the backcourt as Quinto goes up over Mitchell. Quinto right down the lane into the corner. Norman cannot hit the 3. Walker waited on that one. Toombs blows by. Toombs misses the layup, and the rebound to Walker. It's a 4-on-5 or 5-on-4. Riley Curtis sends up to Walker. Toombs slaps it away. How about Gabe Toombs?
You got to be alert. Toombs was down on the floor the other end. You rush down. You mentioned the 5-on-4. No one accounts for Toombs coming back, and a great job of Toombs not getting the call on the offensive end, but able to come back and make a nice play defensively for Corner Canyon.
So on defense, you got to make a play, Charlie. 3 on for Toombs, no. Four minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this ball game. Corner Canyon 4:15 away from reaching the 5A state championship. Equinto fouled by Mitchell, and it just will not go, and it'll be Equinto shooting 2.
Fourth personal on John Mitchell. You mentioned it just won't go. That ball rims out. I mean, it's high off the glass. This is an impressive take by Equinto. The fact he's able to get the shot away, and that, boy, so close to dropping. You made the comment earlier, Dusty, haven't been a lot of and-one situations, and just another example. As Equinto looking for his first point. Dusty still scoreless for Timpanogos, Derek Equinto.
Logan Wilkie comes back on. Glad to see he's feeling better. I mean, here's the 3. I mean, there's 4 guys that have really done so well in this tournament. Equinto, Walker, Norman, and Wilkie.
Yeah.
Wilkie, his only points, Dane, are the 3+1. And now a foul on the rebound. It goes against Welling. And no, it's on Gabe Toombs. That's number 3 on Toombs. And it's double bonus, so Walker now goes to the line, but Timpanogos has not made very many free throws this afternoon. Knocks down the first. A lot of nervousness still in the Corner Canyon faithfuls' hearts and thumbs, as the shot won't, or free throw won't go for Walker, and it's Emery.
Wilkie had that. I don't know how Emery comes up with that basketball. I thought Wilkie had the rebound secured.
Persistence. 4:01 left in the fourth.
When it comes to service, come to Les Schwab Tire Centers. The stories you hear are true. You come in, they come running, ready and eager to serve you. Join the UHSAA by going mobile with your ticket by downloading TicketTap app today from your app store. TicketTap is a proud partner of the UHSAA and is the best solution for your ticketing needs. Visit www.tickettap.com to learn more. Stats and standings are available at maxpreps.com, the official stats partner of the Utah High School Activities Association. There are countless benefits to participating in high school sports and activities. The NFHS My Reason Why campaign highlights diverse stories and memories shared by students, parents, coaches, officials, and community members. Share yours at nfhs.org/myreasonwhy. Fans, be a part of the action at today's UHSAA basketball championship game by joining the UHSAA on social media. Search at UHSAA Info on Twitter to get quick updates on game scores. Find UHSAA Utah High School Activities Association on Facebook for recaps and stories, and go to @UHSAA on Instagram to find photos from today's semifinal game.
Need money for education after high school? Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more information about the Montgomery GI Bill, state and federal tuition assistance, and student loan repayment opportunities. NationalGuard.com. Halfway to go in the fourth. Corner Canyon can feel it. Toombs blocked by Maddox, but we're going to get a foul first.
I think they're going to call the body here by Maddox. He got a lot of basketball. Yeah, so he goes up in the air first, comes down on Toombs. That's where the whistle was.
As Toombs knocks down the first. Hey, Dane, I think Olympus is pretty excited for this semifinal game.
You think it's going to be loud in here, Dusty?
I mean, so's Bountiful for that matter. You
Yeah.
brought that up earlier, but 14-point advantage. Corner Canyon looking like they're going to punch their ticket to the 5A championship game, barring a miraculous comeback here from Timpanogos. Not well, blocked by Welling.
Again.
Christensen tracks it down into Toombs. Gabe, reverse it. No. Here comes Norman. Norman down the lane and hits.
His only points today, Dusty, have been right at the rim. Matt Norman hasn't scored outside of 6 feet.
And only got off a few shots that weren't from that range. Toombs going to kick it around here. They're going to try to take the air out of this basketball. Speaking of Corner Canyon, Toombs to Welling. Try to backdoor that one to Warnock. Out of bounds off of Timpanogos.
3 minutes, still a 12-point lead. I mean, Timpanogos has the shooters to cover that. Right now, I think the most important thing for Corner Canyon is you got to keep playing defense. Obviously, going to see them take some time off the clock here. You want offensive execution.
Toombs has that one stolen. Here comes Christensen. Christensen right to the rim and lays it in. The death kick from Timpanogos. And now a foul, and if it's on Quinto, that is number 5.
It is.
His teammates need to throw their hands in the air. I say that a lot. They need to throw their hands in the air. There's a couple of guys right there immediately. No, that's on me. Sir, I'm the one that hit him. Tyler Walker in there into the floor should have been, sir, no, that's
right. Yeah, Tyler Walker, no fouls, and he was also right there. Had that opportunity, losing the Quinto in this ball game. And one of the seniors on this Timpanogos squad, Dusty, we talked about their success last year, this year, and a really good career for Derek Quinto that will likely wrap up here at the John M. Huntsman Center in the semifinal.
For the Chargers, number 23, Blake Emery.
So Emery at the line, 1-1, knocks down the first. Blake Emery's one of those guys that does a lot of the little things for Coach Lunt. Talked about as a linebacker on the football team, had that pick 6 in the semifinals in the first half. Gets those free throws there, push it back up to 12. Walker back to Norman for 3, too strong. And now Wilkie gets the rebound, and he's too strong on the putback, and Welling pulls it down, throws it ahead. Johnny Mitchell. It's up to 14.
Number 2, John Mitchell from Hayden Welling.
Wilkie into the corner. Wilkie gets around Toombs. Welling with the block. Hayden Welling, folks.
Game of his life, and it came at no better time. They needed him to be fantastic, and he has been. 2
minutes to go in the fourth. Walker. That was pretty. Timeout, Coach Engel. 1:54 left in the 5A semifinal.
America First Credit Union, where members come first, welcomes you to the Utah High School Activities Association game today. Today's game is being broadcast on KJAZ. We appreciate all that America First Credit Union does for Utah High School Activities Association and high school students.
There it is. So I'm sitting by the road. I was like, do some food chat. This is the last of these days.
Check out the Deseret News for the best place to read about prep sports online at desnews.com. Deseret News, now you know. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today at Jimmy John's. Freaky fresh, freaky fast.
1:54 left in the fourth. Corner Canyon trying to close out the Timpanogos Timberwolves. Ammon Jensen nearly had that picked by Walker. Christian just got it across. Lob it up to Welling. Hayden Welling with 26.
Why not, huh? Why not?
Logan Wilkie thought he was fouled on that one. It's Welling on the other end. Wilkie almost should have made that one worth it. That's number 5 on Logan Wilkie, and I thought he did a nice job of coming around and stealing that one from Welling. And Wilkie, a senior, very likely his final game.
Yeah, a foul there. I mean, you see the replay, and he comes in and disrupts the arm of Hayden Welling, but he's the guy who takes the 3 down on this end, hits the deck. And, you know, to foul out 10 seconds later after he hit the floor on a 3, it's probably not real easy for Wilkie to swallow. He had a nice night tonight. Dusty was asked to guard a guy who was just unstoppable tonight and did his best, comes off the floor with 5. And, I mean, that opportunity for the 4-point play, wondered if that was going to spurn it. But just Timpanogos didn't have enough tonight.
Welling missed the first free throw. Sung his praises all day, well deserved, as he knocks down the second. 15-point lead in the Chargers. Looking like they are going to right the wrong from a year ago at the Purple Palace. They walk into the, I guess maybe we start calling this the Red Inferno, but it's not quite Eastern Washington style. I was walking in with somebody else that, I don't know if she's ever been to the Huntsman Center before, and we're walking in together, and she goes, wow, that's a lot of red in here. And for me, I guess we kind of been used to it, been here enough, right? It was fun to listen to someone that I feel like maybe she's never been here before.
Well, and, you know, one of the things I love is with the updates they've made to this facility, now with the black curtains, it has a great feel for high school basketball and for semifinals and championships where you don't have all that open space above you. I'm not going to lie, with the crowds that we're seeing at the semifinal, this is going to be a really fantastic end to the tournament.
Send out to Christensen for 3, and Colin can't get that one to go. It's Maddox with the board, sends back out to Christensen. Now out to Walker, and the senior can't get that 3 to drop. Gabe Toombs and Maddox, that one's been coming for a while, and that is going to be number 5 on Maddox. It'll send Gabe Toombs down the other end of the floor.
This one a bit of a frustration foul by Maddox. It's been a tough day, right? It's been a tough day for Timpanogos, for a lot of their players, and Maddox, no real play on the ball here. It's in the other hand, and just easy call by the officials, sending Toombs to the line, and Jacob Maddox, the senior, his career coming to a close for Timpanogos as well.
Mulford comes on for Maddox as Toombs at the line and misses the first. Coach Lunt's got to feel good about some of the guys coming back on this team. You're looking at your front court. Toombs and Welling coming back.
Warnock will be back as well.
Got some dudes, and Toombs goes 0 for 2.
Mitchell. I mean, it's going to be a good squad.
It's been that kind of day for Coach Engel and the Timberwolves. Turnover on what would be a routine play.
You know, and you can talk about Timpanogos and a lot of seniors, but Dusty, they've got a great 1-2 punch literally in Christensen and Norman, both juniors. They'll be back next year for Timpanogos, who will again be a tough out in Region 8.
Hayden Welling padding some stats here, as it'll be the Corner Canyon Chargers, their first ever state championship basketball game. Dane, I don't know that the boys have won a state championship at Corner Canyon in any of the boys' sports. And now they will have a shot as they will move on to play in the 5A championship game. And for Timpanogos, their first ever semifinal. Coach Izzy Engel, 4th year, has been spectacular. This program every year has taken a step forward. This year, no different. They're going to fall a game shy of their ultimate goal.
You know, they lost Dalton Stewart coming into this year. And could they replace him? They've done a great job. More seniors going to come off the floor tonight for the last time. Coach Izzy Engel going to have to replace that. But another fantastic year, another region championship. Nothing to be ashamed of for Timpanogos. They just ran into a buzzsaw in the Corner Canyon Chargers.
Dancing in the streets on 7th East in Draper, the Corner Canyon Chargers reach the 5A state championship basketball game with a 65-52 win over Timpanogos. Dane, our so delicious player of the game.
Hayden Welling, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5